You are not too short to ride any scooter that you want to ride. If you've been around for a little bit, you know that I did not buy a Kymco like myself because I was worried about the height. Now, funny thing is, the like is 31 inches tall, but I came home with the Buddy Kick, which has a 29-inch seat height. But when I was first shopping for a scooter, I didn't actually consider seat height whenever I went to a dealership to say, I want a Kymco like. Then I sat on the Buddy Kick, only a 2-inch difference, but I was like, no, this Buddy Kick is what fits me. This is what I'm going home with. So here's the Kick. Now I drive the GTS, which is 31 inches. So what gives? But since then, I've made a spreadsheet so that you can actually filter on seat height if that's important to you. So just go to scootersfornewbies.com/choose, and there'll be a link to that spreadsheet. So literally, the shortest seat you can get is 28 inches, and that's going to get you a 50cc Honda Metropolitan. Go up one more inch, and you get a few more 50cc options, a Suzuki Bergman 200, and the Buddy Kick 125. And if you look real close, I've got the GTS behind the Buddy Kick. It's barely over. But I'm telling you, when you're out riding it, it feels so much different, more than like a 2-inch difference. And this scooter is on its center stand, and I'm on the balls of my feet right now with just one leg down, the other on the platform. And I am telling you, it's a big difference. It's okay, I'm a more experienced rider now, and there's options. I've actually heard of people shaving the seat. So you take off the outer fabric and you shave down the foam to meet your needs. And I am not going to end up with a seat that looks good if I tried that. There's also an aftermarket shock lowering bracket that I saw Robot from Vespa Motorsports put on. And it just attaches to a lower point than the standard. And that'll shave off about 1 inch. I'll link to the video in case you're curious on how that works. And then you can just always buy a low profile seat, and that'll get you the 1 inch off also. And again, it's not a big difference. Ultimately, I've just gotten used to riding the way it is, but I have thought about buying something else because we are talking about 31 to 29. That 1 extra inch might make a difference, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I had thought about this video a couple times, didn't feel solid about what I would share. I'm still considering getting the lower seat or the bracket. Kind of curious your thoughts on it. So just comment below if you have a preference or thought on the matter, because I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do, even though I've gotten used to riding it the way it is. But while I've waited and hemmed and hawed over the dilemma, I've just learned to ride differently. All right, I pulled it off the center stand to have this conversation a little bit easier, but I've just learned to do different things whenever I'm out and about. So my feet actually do touch the ground on this scooter, but it's not very stable because I'm really kind of like balls to tip of my toes kind of feeling. So I just lean whenever I approach a stoplight, and I'm fully stable right here. But to get it off the center stand, I have to be off of the scooter to do it. I don't have the strength and height to pull the scooter off of it otherwise, or maybe it just doesn't feel or look very graceful. So leaning and getting off the scooter isn't a big deal, but I had no idea what I'd share on the channel if that's really the outcome, because I'm telling you, it just feels different in a way that I was really struggling to explain. It's not the height. It's truly the weight that changes the way these scooters ride and feel, and how I feel about them. So lately, because I was getting ready to record that first video, and I actually have another one on deck, more on that, but Rich kind of had a scooter accident that didn't involve the scooter necessarily. More to come on that later. But I've been riding the Kymco AK550 more, and that one has a 31-inch seat. And that scooter's a monster compared to these two. So Rich loves that scooter. He won't even touch this Buddy Kick. Doesn't love the Vespa GTS. Really enjoyed his Kymco like 150i, but I'm telling you, he loves that AK550. The weight isn't a big deal for him. And this scooter in particular, I have listed it for sale on Facebook Marketplace a handful of times, and every time I pull it back down because I hate to get rid of it. But I also know that I can't ride two scooters enough to keep them both happy. But recently I got a comment that explained it all for me. Tyler mentioned that his Buddy Kick was just so fun, and he moved up in size to the GTS, and The buddy kick was just a different level of fun because of the weight. That's what it is. This buddy kick is nimble, it feels agile. You hop on it and you zip around. Think go-kart style or something.
Well, unless you've got a go-kart.
The GTS is solid and comfortable and it'll take me anywhere I want it to go. The Kymco, don't get me started. That AK550 is like a speed demon, so it has a different kind of fun. But it is not fun on short trips around the neighborhood to go get groceries or what have you. And I've noticed when I ride the GTS more, I like the GTS more. When I ride the buddy kick more, I like the buddy kick more. It's just a different type of ride altogether. If you're on the shorter side and want to feel confident when you're out riding, you could definitely start your search looking at the seat height. But they really aren't that different in between the models. We're talking, you know, one model at 28 inches, but the rest range from 29 to 31. So you are bound to find the scooter that you like the look of, the features of, and all of that, and you can make the seat and your riding style work. I know it's not always possible at dealers in order to get a test ride, but that's why it's so important to me. I'm gonna give another shout out to Tyler here for helping me connect the dots on this whole short scooter conversation. And then I've also got to give an extra shout out for this video to Pedro out of Puerto Rico. He actually sent me this shirt from their Vespa day. They had over 200 Vespas join in on the day. He sent me a video. It was absolutely incredible. And I can't tell you how cool it is that they actually shared this with me. So thanks again, Pedro and the crew in Puerto Rico. Be seen and be safe, scooter friends.